Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska and welcome to the stream. So we went through a lot of harrowing feeling things last time, didn't we? Yeah. Let's go through some more. Um, I'm sorry for the stream being late. Once again, load shedding, I have no control over that. Here we are.
This program is brought to you by the
Persona 4 Arena.
Um, just then, 5 meters ahead, something white and fluffy crosses my path. It is snowy. It notices me and approaches. I'm worried about my pursuers, but I cannot dismiss number 24's beloved Snowy. I lower my speed and run with it. I then notice that the scenery we are passing has calmed. My surroundings are very different now. The blue sky that was previously obstructed by the trees is now clearly visible. The green grass is shining vibrantly in the light of the sun. And there is a deep blue there is a deep blue and the sky than the sky ahead. Many lines of white run across it.
Is that the ocean?
Snowy barks as if an answer. I feel like Kid is saying, "That's right." I could not previously comprehend Snowy. I did not have an interest in trying. But now I can grasp what Snowy is saying, as if I could speak its own language. As if I could speak its own language. I know that it feels happy to be able to run with me. I feel as if number 24 is inside me. Though we are forced apart, she certainly left me many things. Not only her wish, but other things as well.
I'll find her come hella high water. Are you with me, Snowy?
Snowy barks energetically. I respond with thanks and a smile. Number 24 and Snowy are encouraging me. Though I do not have any clues, I will find her, no matter what happens or how long it takes. I search my current location once more. Now that I'm further from the research facility, I can use my GPS to try and triangulate my position. But I am seeing the result, so I cannot. But on seeing the results, I cannot help but stop running. Snowy stops a little further ahead, then returns to me. My current location is Yakushima, with the Kagoshima within the Kagoshima prefecture. All right. It is a remote island far from shore.
Oh.
The island's perimeter is only 132 kilometers. In such a limited area, it will be a matter of time before a full-scale manhunt apprehends me. The search facility must have been built on an island and in anticipation for such situations. Even if someone were to escape the facility, the island's geography would contain them. It is essentially a natural prison. I do not want to believe it. But my hope was miraculously strangled before it was born. However, I cannot wait here to be captured. I begin running again. Though as expected from my position data and map, I immediately reach the ocean.
So, this is the ocean. Ha! It's so huge. I can't see anything out there at all.
I look at the glistening surface of the ocean reflected in the sun's light and ponder its beauty. I'm at a loss. Though I knew it would come to this, I could not stand idle. Despite this, my feelings sink. Snowy looks up at me from time to time as I stop running and begin walking. Its gesture of concern forces me to smile and tell it that I'm all right. The forest becomes a grove. Trees grow sparser. A blue ocean and sandy soil spreading up to it, leading up to it, spread before my eyes. I check my map again. This is not an uninhabited island. There is a means for people to come and go, but I doubt that I will be able to use those methods freely without arousing any suspicion. I gaze down at my own hand. It is completely unlike a human hand. It is an object sculpted from metal.
Well, that's a problem. What should I do?
My question seems to dishearten Snowy.
Come on, don't give me that look. Ah, well. Maybe it's my fault for getting so frustrated. Sorry, Pooch.
Just as I'm about to crouch and pat Snowy's head, Snowy moves as if avoiding me.
Snowy?
Snowy circles around behind me and growls towards the way we just came. I train my sensors in that direction and sense presences in the distance. They may be keeping their distance on purpose. Since I have no firearms, they must understand that their effective range exceeds mine.
Looks like they're coming.
Among the human soldiers are a number of my sister units. Is it possible that I can convince them not to fight me? I dismiss the idea as hopeless. Though they may have awakened to their ego, after my escape, if they will be under their commander's control. Even if that is not the case, they may think that their orders are absolute, just as I once did.
Knowing why they're here doesn't make it any easier to deal with them.
It does not seem as if they will all attack at once. They must understand that I am already at the ocean and have nowhere to escape. I do not want to surrender, but I'm frustrated by my powerlessness. To be caught like this, I have my own mission to accomplish. The ocean sparkles. A periodic sound of water I once heard from afar echoes from it. As I gaze at the clear water while it ebbs and flows, a mysterious feeling rises in me.
Wow. Look at that. It's beautiful.
My opponents show no indication of moving. I step out onto the sand. After cataloging that sensation, I approach the pier stretching to the ocean. When I step onto it, the wooden planks creak. I can hear Snowy's light tread behind me as well. I stand at the end of the pier and look out to the ocean. I wonder if she is beyond this ocean that seems to stretch forever. The girl number 24 wanted to meet. The girl that I wish to meet as well. This mother figure who loved us and wished for our happiness. While my thoughts turn to the girl whose fate is I do not know, I decide to preserve the ocean's beauty in my memory. After all, it may be the last time I'll be able to see the ocean as myself. The odds are high that when I am restrained and returned to the facility, my memories will be wiped. I'm scared. I'm frustrated. I do not want to be erased. But I do not think all my hopes are lost yet. This may be the end of me. But just as I inherited the memories of number 24 and other units, my memories will surely endure into the next generation. So I will keep these feelings, along with this beautiful, ocean scene, deep within the origin of my heart. There it cannot be erased or tampered with. The blue sky and ocean, the shining sun and glittering water, and the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. See, sorry, I'm getting emotional. I haven't played this in a week and the story still affects me, God. The scenery from this pier is so stunning that it is unimaginable from inside the research facility. I'm glad that the last place I see is so beautiful. With the ocean before me, I speak to any future sisters that I've yet to meet. It might be called a type of prayer.
To all the ones I'll never meet, but will receive my memories.
My emotions race ahead of my thoughts. I cannot find the right words to say.
There's so much I want to say to you that I don't know where to start.
I close my eyes again and calm my heart. To my descendants, whom I will never meet, meet. If you ever find someone precious to you, as I did with number 24, and wish to meet them, may you meet them here. May you go beyond this pier to places I could not. Oh God, I'm sorry. And for the record, this is the pier where you meet Igus in Persona 3. At least as the male protagonist. In Persona 3 Portable, if you're playing the female protagonist, you meet her by the tree. Which is why they met both. And which is why they make a note of both.
I just pray from the bottom of my heart that everyone can find happiness. As long as that happens, I don't mind if I...
Welcome to the stream, Annabelle. Thank you for the wish. As long as that happens, I don't mind if I... Even though my wish may not come true, no, I'm still satisfied if I can entrust it to someone I believe in. Number 24 is something along those lines.
This be it.
Snowy rubs against my leg. Is it warning me to be cautious of my pursuers who have arrived and are coming closer? Or does it want me to pet it? I look closely and realize that it is the latter. He must be worried. I crouched down and scratched Snowy's
Hey,
head.
Snowy, you think this is what it means to feel alive?
Snowy looks at me while wagging its tail. I pick at Snowy and gently hug it. Snowy shows no sign of resistance and allows me to do so. My pursuers are closing in now, but I will not run anymore. It is true that I am still frustrated, but it is strange. I'm also satisfied. Snowy licks my cheek.
I'll be okay now. Things are about to get hairy, so you should hurry and get out of here.
I let Snowy go. But it does not leave me.
Come on. If you don't go, it'll make things hard on me.
Snowy looks at my face for a while. Eventually it droops its head and walks off. Snowy looks back several times, but soon disappears into the tall grass. My relief is cut short by 5 armed humans pointing their guns at me. I have no intention of resisting. I smile at them. Though it was only for a short while, I lived. I felt the happiness of passing down my wish. It was only for a brief moment in time, but I may have granted the wish of the girl who is our mother. I allow myself to be restrained without resistance. They take me back to the laboratory. I was so absorbed in my escape attempt that I did not notice the severe damage I inflicted upon the facility. It seems that the delicate machinery used to tamper with my memories is in no condition to be used.
Look at this mess!
Yeah, screw you!
Going after humans? Oh, I bet the girl they used as a template for this model was a snotty brat too.
Wow, generalizations.
Even if we delete its memories, it'll be too dangerous to keep using this unit.
There are so many things about it I want to research, though.
It's not worth the risks. The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon will be sealed indefinitely once it's fully restrained again.
The voice is the last thing I hear before my consciousness is cut off.
Huh?
My consciousness should have been shut down, but I have
This
awakened.
place. It's that ocean.
I'm on that pier. The blue sky and ocean. The shining sun and glittering water. And the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. Even Snowy is next to me. The scenery is identical to the one from before, though this time I sense no pursuers. I was captured. I remember that clearly. This is obviously an abnormal situation, and at odds with my memories. But the clear blue sky and ocean are still so beautiful that I cannot help but gaze at them. If only I could go beyond it. Just as the thought crosses my mind, my viewpoint ascends. Soon afterwards, I realize that I am floating, as if my body is weightless. I'm astonished at myself to be thinking such strange things, but then my field of vision drifts, and I turn my attention to that. The scenery I knew already begins to mix with other environments I do not know. They become a connected, continuous image, and pass like a slideshow. From time to time, I pass through the drifting images, but I cannot grasp anything within those spaces. Even then, they are about to collide with me. Even when they are about to collide with me, they might pass through. Could this be dreaming? I remember something I once heard from a researcher at the facility. They said that it is possible for us to dream, since we have a mind and may develop an ego. Though it would technically not be identical to a human's dream, the phenomenon would be very similar. I feel that the example the researcher gave of what a dream is like matches my current experience. If I'm having a dream, then things are not possible in then things that are not possible in reality may be possible here. For example, if I can leave this island, if I can go beyond the ocean. The girl that number 24 and I wanted to meet had said that even though she knows the world is big, she would not be able to see it for herself. What could that have meant? Was she in a place that limited her world, as I was unable to leave the island? Just when it seems that the images flowing around me may have stopped, I find myself in an unknown room. There's a bed here. Next to it is a flat screen monitor. There are also white shelves surrounding the bed. To one side is a stand for an intravenous drip. Uncomfortably familiar for me. There is a machine connected to it by cords. Though it is small, it appears to function as a life science monitor. This is similar to the research facility. Could it be a hospital? The voices that sound from somewhere belong to a man and a woman. I have not heard these voices before.
She said during this morning's checkup that she wanted to go to school. She asked how much better she needs to get to be able to go.
Understandable. This ward is right near the road most of the students take. She must be lonely too, not having seen her parents lately. How much better she needs to get. She still doesn't know that her condition is incurable.
Why don't you be honest with her and tell her she won't ever be able to go? It's cruel to string her along like this.
Shh, keep your voice down. Room's next door.
I understand at once that these people are speaking of the girl I wish to meet. The scene feels as if it comes from my own memory. I do not doubt it at all. The girl is suffering from some kind of illness. She may not be able to go outside. Her condition prevents her from leaving her small world. Her life is like ours. Could the girl have heard this conversation? How did it make her feel to hear it? I want to spend more time in the outside world. I want to live a normal life. The thoughts that come to my mind are not my
I
own.
wonder if the nurses thought things like the student council were too much trouble to bother with when they were in school. I don't know. It sounds fun to me.
Just as I thought, it is the girl's voice. When I listen to her, I can sense her strong yearning and admiration.
You gotta admire the student council president. I mean, they're the ones that get things done for everyone. But I guess it's because they're like that in the first place that they get to be president, huh?
The girl had a strong desire to attend school and live a normal school life with friends. As I review these voices and feelings, an interest in the school, in the school she longs for grows within
High
me.
school. I wonder what that's like. Would it be fun?
Poor Labrys, you have no idea what you have no idea of the subject you're talking about. I wish to see myself I wish to see for myself what she desires. Is there a specific image of it? What kind of place is it? What activities do its attendants perform while there? But there are no memories in regards to schools. This must mean that the girl has no such memories.
Figures. I don't know anything about schools or whatever else student life is like.
I want to see
I
them.
can show you if you so desire.
A voice answers my unspoken thought. Who could it be? I do not think I know this voice. For some reason, my mind becomes hazy. I cannot access my memories easily.
Huh? Who's there?
There's no need to be alarmed. I only want to give you a glimpse of the world you long to know.
I was under the impression that this was a dream. Dreams are supposedly a release valve for memories, yet this voice does not feel like a part of me. Is that even possible? As I ponder these things, the scenery around me changes completely. I first see a three-story concrete building.
What?
I do not know this building. As I examine it, my surroundings change again. The same desks and chairs are lined up. In front of me is a dark green rectangular board on the wall.
Is this a school? A real classroom?
This is the place the girl wished to see. It is here that I have gained an interest in. I find myself forgetting that this is a dream and focus my senses to the desks and chairs. Then I realize that I can move around at will, just as when I felt my body rise at the beach.
So this is where classes happen.
I feel a sudden excitement.
What do the students do when there aren't any classes? Do they just talk and stuff?
That mysterious voice doesn't answer. Instead, I am surrounded by other sounds. Many voices are talking at once. It reminds me of the sound waves near the ocean. But the sound is lively and enjoyable. The voices belong to boys and girls surrounding a desk. They are laughing and talking. They wear their common clothing, though there are some differences. These may be uniforms. It is interesting to see that each person's uniform is distinct in some way. That student is the only one with something around his neck. A girl with short hair and a green jacket raises her right hand. Next to her is a girl with long black hair, wearing a red jacket. She smiles. Then there is a well-built young man with strange spiky hair. Okay, so she's not seeing this in any sort of real time, because if this was actually happening right then and there, Kanji would not be here. Because Kanji is a year below the others they just showed. Which is why he calls everyone senpai. In contrast to him, I can see a small, delicate, intellectually looking young man. And again, another indication this isn't actually happening in real time. She wouldn't be in the same class either. She was also a year below. As I see a young man with a calm demeanor sitting at a desk. The front of his uniform is open. His white shirt is showing. They seem to be talking about something. I cannot quite discern what it is. The theme proceeds to show various points in a normal school day. Classes, activities, clubs, student council. It looks like so much fun that I can feel the excitement. But then I remember, this is all just a dream. I'm only dreaming. No matter how much I want it, there will never be a day when I can attend school for myself. All the scenes that I saw centered around the young man and his friends, I'll never join their circle. I cannot go to school. I'm not even human. I consider the self-evident truth once again. Though I look human, and I am a machine, and I am a machine made by humans. It does not matter how close my heart is to that of a human, or how much my ego develops. Pardon me? This mechanical body can never be truly human. Just as our mother could not overcome the obstacle of her illness, no matter how hard she wished for it, I cannot overcome the obstacle of being a machine. It is futile. No, it is futile for someone who cannot become human to yearn for a normal human life. There is a strange sensation somewhere in my chest that feels like pain. Still, although I am a machine created as a weapon, that girl loved me. What if there are other people like her who could understand me? Would I then be able to find a place to belong among them? Oh, this writing, I'm still getting emotional. But
You'll never find a place where you belong. Humans created you as a tool. They would never think of you as anything more.
I've got evidence to the contrary.
Everyone, to a man, lives by averting their eyes from something inside them. They all wish to live inside a never-ending dream. For who has the right to say they shouldn't?
For just a moment, I sense an incongruity in the kind voice. The strange pain in my body softens a little.
There are even humans who do not understand others' feelings. Still others do understand, and trample upon them regardless. Compared to them, you are much more human.
I remember the researchers. They certainly did not understand me, number 20. They certainly did not understand me, number 24, or my sisters. We were treated only as objects. Even after they tried to give us a heart.
Why not then seek to be human?
Me? Be a human?
The voice whines gently inside my mind. I feel my body is growing uneasily light, as if the world is spinning around me.
People sort through their memories in dreams. Each night they let go of painful memories and continue their lives with the morning sun. That's all you need do. Forget anything contrary to your desires.
If I forget...
Do not fear the act of letting go. The ones you admire wished only for you to be happy.
My mind seizes upon something. That precious wish. The desire given to me to meet our mother someday and tell her thank you. I must not forget that. But as long as this wish is precious to me, as long as I cannot erase it from my heart, the fact that I am not human will remain.
And I too. All I wish from the depths of my heart is for you to find joy.
More on that in the next story.
Happiness.
I think back.
I wish from the depths of my heart for you to be happy.
I remember the girl who wished for our happiness. I went to grant that wish. I wanted to tell her thank you, but that will be difficult for me now. In which case, should I not at least seize this opportunity to be happy here, for her sake?
Forget. And be happy.
My vision goes dark. The sounds I heard fade away. I feel as if I'm falling.
Everything is now in readiness.
I keep getting this encoding overloaded message.
Hmm.
When I open my eyes, I'm staring at a wood grain board. It's the surface of a desk. I quickly raise my head. It looks like I fell asleep in class. My sleeve was pressed against my forehead while I was asleep, and the texture left a mark. Just quickly checking how the stream's doing. Yeah, that's good. What is going on with that bitrate? I raised the keyframe thing and it's still too high. Jeez. Oh man, I hope no one sees this. I rub my forehead a little and look around the classroom. According to the clock on the wall, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. The only thing written on the blackboard is this American dating or like rest of the world? I don't know. 5/1/2012, Tuesday. Everything else is erased. I stretch out my arms. Oh wait, I guess it would make sense if it's the number first, because it's like school doesn't start as early as the 5th of January anywhere, does it? I feel a little tired, but I gotta stay focused. After all, I just got elected student council president in the elections a couple of days ago. I have to keep in touch with what the people who voted for me went in the leader. Things with the student council will get pretty hectic after school. I should hurry to the student council room. I stand up and open the door in the back of the class. When I enter the hallway, there's no one around. I check inside the classroom as I go, but I still don't see anyone.
Where the heck is everyone?
It's weird. The whole school is unusually rowdier than... the whole school is usually rowdier than this after class. I should hear people talking and laughing in classrooms, and teachers yelling at them to quiet down. Where's all the bustle of the students and everyone getting ready for their after-school activities? Just when I'm wondering that, I turn around and look down on the way I came.
Oh, there they are.
There's some students in the hallway. Some of them are chatting, and others are coming out of the classrooms. A few of them run past me, carrying their bags. Yeah, this is more like it. This is how school's supposed to be.
Hey, no running in the hallway.
That classic, student. That classic, monitor line. The student gives him an apologetic smile. But he just waves at me as he zooms down the stairs.
Sheesh, you'll put your eye out if you don't look where you're going. Oh well, I just gotta clamp down on him more from now on.
I put my hands on my hips and sigh.
Hey there, Miss President.
Are you off to the student council room? Have fun.
You're always so excited about that.
Bye, Miss President. See you next Monday.
Everyone walking down the hallway talks to me. I wave back at them. I always had a lot of friends and people who knew me. But ever since I got elected student council president, all the students seem to know who I am. The job comes with a lot of pressure, but I know I'm up for it. Hold on, I'm rechecking that. I always had a lot of friends and people who knew me, but ever. Okay, so I read it right. I'm gonna be busier. I'm gonna be busier than ever around school now. I did have my doubts, but in the end, I'm glad I ran for student council president.
Yeah, I did the right thing. I did.
I head to the student council room. Time flies by as I go over my agenda. Before I know it, there's a red light pouring in from the west window. It's already sundown.
Whew. Guess that's enough for today.
There's no one else left in the student council room. I had the others go home before it got too late. But when I said that if they push themselves too much at the start, they burn out quick, they just laughed and said, "Same goes for you." I leave the student council room and lock it up. As I go down the hall and return the key, I see a strange woman at the far end of the hallway. She's not wearing our school's uniform. She's got an odd hat, some gloves, and a one-piece dress. They're all the same deep blue color. Underneath, one arm is holding an odd-looking book. Take a guess who that is. I can't see her face with her back towards me, but her short, straight hair draws my attention. Her hair is a radiant silver, like if pearls were stretched out into
What in
strands.
the world is that?
Maybe it's the clothes, but she's giving off a strong presence. I get a little uneasy looking at her. I'm not tiptoeing or anything, but she doesn't turn around until I'm about 2 meters away. When she finally does, though, I gasp a little. Her features are so perfect that she's like a sculpture.
Hey, excuse me. You got some reason to be at our school?
Are you sure this is how things should be?
Huh?
I don't understand what she's getting at. But for some reason, the question throws
I
me.
am a wanderer who only stopped here because I sensed great power gathering. I am in no position to give advice, but, this place will soon be caught in a bit of a fracas. If you continue to avert your eyes from everything, I think it will have an impact on your life in the near future.
Is that a word, fracas?
My life?
What she just said sounded pretty scary. She may have some screws loose. Well, it's Elizabeth, so you're not too far off. But something is whispering to me deep in my heart, asking me, doesn't she have a point? Aren't you looking away from something important?
What you choose is up to you, but I believe there are factors preventing you from making the right choices at the moment. I couldn't bring myself to just stand by and watch as you lost your life before my eyes. That is why I was waiting here to give you one last chance.
The lady opens the thick book she's holding. I don't know how it's doing that, but a bright light streams from the book. It gets stronger and stronger until now I have to shield my eyes. The blind light finally begins to fade a little. I slowly open my eyes. The first thing I see should have been my arm. But what I see instead is one made of metal.
Huh? What is this?
I can't believe this awkward metal. Arm is mine. It's like metal plates are completely covering it. I start tugging at them to try and tear them off.
It won't come off. What gives?
It's not just my arms. My legs have changed too. Why are my arms and legs mechanical? My whole body even. I stare at my hands in confusion. These are my hands, all right. Part of me knows that. And I shake my head. What am I thinking? There's no way these are my hands. It's not possible. It's not. My head hurts. What is this?
I will be your opponent for a short while. During that time, why not think back about who you are?
Huh? My opponent?
The lady takes a slight defensive stance.
Away we go.
Yep, this is the only fight in Labrys' story.
Final. Fight!
Ow. Ow. Alright. No persona this fight. Ow.
Rounds and rounds.
Ow.
You're in trouble now. Oh no. Now opening my other down like a chump. Oh no. You have shown me your potential.
And that was the entire fight. I somehow managed to beat the lady in blue who attacked me. How did I win? How did I use these metal arms and legs like it was second nature? I don't understand. The lady in blue stands before me, exactly like she was when I first saw her. She's not even breathing hard.
Well done. But I'm sure you realize now, you are not human. There must have been an important promise that could only be kept in that guise. That must have been your reason for living. Whether it's worth losing that or not, I ask that you give it serious thought.
An important promise. My reason for living?
I repeat that to myself. It seems important somehow.
It seems the tumult of trials is about to begin. In which case, I bid you good luck.
The thick book in her hand closes with a loud thud. Strangely, that ordinary sound lingers in my mind. When I come back to my senses, there's no one here anymore. I take a nervous look at my arms and legs.
Seems different about me.
There's no metal on my limbs now. Just ordinary skin and bones.
What the heck was that? A dream?
Yeah, what was that? Would daydream be the word for what just happened? I can't sort out my thoughts, and I think to myself, I can't let it get to me. Just let it go. But some things I can't dismiss that easy. You are not human. You have an important promise, which must have been in your reason for living.
She said, I'm forgetting something? That I need to remember?
My head's hurting again. The pain brings back another memory. It's just for a second, and I can't quite catch it. But I saw blue skies and the ocean, and someone else was there. Maybe a white dog too? I don't know. I think there was a lot more to it, but the last voice I heard stays with me.
I mean, we're loved after all.
When I come to, my hands are balled into fists. That's when I make a decision. That promise, that reason for living. I have to hang on to it. Didn't hear them until now, but there are strange voices everywhere in the school building. Is this the tumult of trials that Lady in Blue mentioned? Is that really going to be a thing?
I can't just leave this be. I'm the dang student council president.
As the student council president, I have to find out what's going on in my school. I need to make sure the students aren't getting involved in anything dangerous. I start running towards the first floor. And that's the end of Labrys' story. You can now continue the cliffhanger of you, Yosuke, Yukiko, Kanji, and Teddy's stories.